What's up, guys? Welcome to the next video in the Java Basics series. Today we're going to be talking about if statements. And basically what an if statement is you telling the computer, if this happens, then do this, okay? And if this doesn't happen, then do that. Those are the basics of an if statement. So we can start off by creating an integer, and I'm going to name it x, and I'm going to have it equal 10, okay? And an if statement is written exactly as it sounds. You write the word if, and then you put parentheses behind it. And if we want to check and see if x equals 10, we would write if x equals 10. And what these double equal signs are doing is it's basically saying if the value stored in x is 10, then we would say system.out.println x equals 10, okay? And obviously we know it's going to print out x equals 10 because 10 is stored into x equals 10. And it's always advantageous to have a backup plan, I guess you could say, if that if statement is not true. Let's say x equals 20 now. What is it going to do? Well, the computer's going to recognize that x equals 20, and it's going to run through this if statement if x equals 10, and we know that that's not true, so it's going to kick out of the if statement, and then it has nowhere else to go. It's going to say, well, that's not true, so where do I go now? So we do this by writing an else statement. And basically what an else statement is that's connected to an if, not connected, but that's right under an if statement is saying, if this if statement is not true, if it's not true, then we know that it's anything else but 10 in this case. If x equals 10 is false, we know it's any number but 10. So we can say system.out.println x does not equal 10, okay? And we can go ahead and run this. And since we know that x equals 20, it prints x does not equal 10, okay? And in Java, you don't have to have just an else statement under if statements. You can have things in between that connect the if and else statements. You can say if x equals 10, which we know is false, you don't have to just have an else. You can say else if x equals 20, then system.out.println x equals 20. So basically what the computer is going to do is it's going to recognize that x equals 20, and it's going to run it through the first if statement. It's going to say, okay, does x equal 10? No. Else, if that's not true, does x equal 20? Or wait, I think I said that wrong. Does x equal 10? No. Okay, so it's going to kick out, and it's going to say else if x, does x equal 20? Yes. So it's going to do system.out.println x equals 20. Okay, so we can go ahead and run that just so you guys can see. And since x equals 20, we know that it's going to print out x equals 20. And just to give a visualization of if none of these were true, just so you can get a better understanding of the else, just a straight up else, I'm going to make x equal 30, okay? And basically, as we know, the computer is going to recognize that x equals 30. 30 is the value stored in x, so it's going to run through the first if statement. Does x equal 10? No. Does x equal 20? No. So we know that since these two if statements were incorrect, and then we have an else statement, then that means that obviously x does not equal 10 or 20. So we can say x does not equal 10 or 20. Because if it doesn't equal 10 and it doesn't equal 20, then it can be any other number, but we don't exactly know what number it is because there's nothing after this else. So it should print out x does not equal 10 or 20, obviously, because x equals 30. So I'm gonna, if I can get this console up, there we go. X does not equal 10 or 20, because as we see, x equals 30. It ran through both if statements, and it did not find an instance where the if statement was true, so it went all the way down to the else, and then it said x does not equal 10 or 20. So that's the basics of the if statement. I would say the if statement is probably one of like the top 3 most important fundamentals in programming, because You use it in everything, and I don't mean just text-based programming. I mean in the highest level programs, the lowest level programs, the intermediate programs. They use if statements. People use if statements. Programmers at Google use if statements all of the time. It's a very, very important skill. So I hope you understand if statements better. I hope you took something away from this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.